So today's lesson we're going to talk about fraction multiplication. So first, I'm going to write down 1/2 times 3/4. So I have two fractions and I'm multiplying them together. Now most students can tell me that this is 3/8, okay? Because with fraction multiplication, the shortcut basically is that I multiply the 1 times the 3 and the 2 times the 4 and we get 3/8. But very few students actually know what that means. So I want to talk about what it means to multiply two fractions together. Now in math, there are many symbols and they have words that we use in the English language every day that connect to them. And for multiplication, one of those words is of. So I really want to think of what is 1/2 of 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to start out drawing 3/4. Okay. So 3/4, right? So 3/4 means I have 3 out of 4 equal pieces. And then if I want to draw half of 3/4, then that means that I'm going to keep half of each one of these fourth pieces. So I'm going to cut this piece in half, so that means I'm going to keep this piece. I'll cut this one in half, I'll keep this piece up here. I'll cut this one in half and keep this piece up here. And then, so that I have all my pieces cut into equal sizes, I need to cut this one in half as well. So now my black pieces that are my half of my 3/4, I have 3 black pieces, but now my whole is cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and I end up with 3/8. Now I can do multiplication in either direction. So instead, if I think of 3/4 of 1/2, then I can draw that picture as well. I can start out with my half, which looks like this, and then I'm going to take 3/4 of that. So 3/4 in this case, I'm going to break this piece into 4 pieces, and I would keep 3 out of the 4, and then to make all my size pieces equal, I cut that into as well. And again, I get 3 green pieces out of an 8 total, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So either way, I get 3/8. That's what we call commutative. Multiplication we can do in any order. Okay? So let's just do one more to make sure that we know what we're talking about here. And we will do 1/4 times 3/5. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite this as 1/4 of 3/5. So I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to make my picture a little bit bigger. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3/5 would be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I want 1/4 of each one of these. So that means I'm going to break each one of my my 5 pieces into 4 pieces each. So I'm going to break them all at once. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now I want 1/4 of each of these. So I'm going to color in this one here, and this one here. Okay. So I have 3 little tiny squares out of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns of 4. So 5 times 4 is 3/20. Okay. Now you might notice, like when normally you multiply things together, right, you normally get a bigger number. So if I multiply 2 times 3, I end up with 6, which is bigger than both 2 and 3. That's because 2 and 3 are both numbers that are bigger than 1. But you'll notice that when I multiply something like 1/4 times 3, then I'm actually going to get a smaller number than 3 because I'm taking 1/4 of 3. So I'm only taking a part of each one of the 3's. So if I think of 1/4 of 3, so I have 3 wholes, right? That's what I'm starting out with. And I'm only going to take 1/4 of each one. So that means my solution here is 1 of each one of these 3. Well, my whole is in 4 pieces, and I have 1, 2, 3 squares, so I end up with 3/4. 3/4 is smaller than 3, right? And that's because I'm taking only a portion of each one of them. So when I multiply by something that's less than 1, then I actually get a smaller number than when I started out with, which is the opposite of what we get when we multiply whole numbers together. So I hope that that clears up fraction multiplication. Until next time.